What's up, YouTube? Let's do the New York Times hard Sudoku puzzle for November 15th, 2025. Before we start, be sure to subscribe for more Sudoku videos like this. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So if you have not subscribed yet and you enjoy Sudoku, particularly the New York Times hard Sudoku, please consider signing up. I think you'll enjoy the channel. If you've already signed up, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Definitely think we're on pace to get to right around 1,000 by the end of the year. So we'll be really excited if that happens. And thank you, to everyone that's been watching these videos so far. I enjoy doing them. I've done this puzzle for many years, and one day I do hope to have a little bit of improvement with the audio and the lighting and things like that for the solve. But I really appreciate everyone who's been watching to this point, just the way it is. I just do this on my laptop. I don't have anything else going on here. It's just me and the laptop. So, and as always, if you'd like to try this puzzle yourself, I will have a link in the description. So with that being said, let's fill the grid. All right, I'm going to go down here where I see this 928. My eye is drawn to this because this is a full row within this box. So I want to see what else is going on outside the box. And I noticed the 2-8 here. So this is a 2-8 pair. So, and now this row effectively is filled. So I want to look at everything going on down here. So right here we have a 4 points into this box. So 4 is going to have to be in one of these two cells. 4 is going to have to be in one of these 3 cells here. Now 3 looks into this box. So 3 is going to have to be down here somewhere in one of these 3 cells. And that's going to put 3 in one of these 2 cells in this box. 1 points into this box. So we're going to have 1 restricted to these 2 cells right here. And it's going to put 1 in one of these 2 cells. What else can we do? This 9. So we want to look at what looks into this box because this is all filled in. We have the 2 and the 8, but the 9 is not there. So 9 is going to be in one of these 3 cells. And we can place a 9 over here. We can place another 9 up here. And we can pencil 9s up here in one of these 3 cells. All right, so I think that's all we can do this way, like looking this way. So what I want to also do is look vertically, specifically at what's looking into these boxes. So let's look over here. We got the 2 5s. So 5's in one of those 2 cells. What about 6? 6 looks down into this box. So 6 is in one of these 2 cells. And that lets us place this 6 because we have a 6 over here that looks at this cell. So 6 is pointing at these cells and this cell. And now we can come over here and pencil 2 more 6s. What else do we have? We could place a 1 in this box. We got these 2 1s looking over here and this 1 looks up. So 1 has to be right here in this box. And so 1's in one of these 3 cells. I notice we can actually, 2 things about these 7s. One is that we can place this 7 right here. Actually, 3 things I notice about that 7, or 7s. So this 7 sees this cell right here. So 7 is going to have to be up here in this box in one of these 2 cells because we have a 7 over here. But the other thing is that the 7 here points down into this box, and so 7 is in one of these 2 cells. And that overlaps with the 6 corner mark. So this can't be a 3 anymore. So we're going to remove that 3 and place a 3 right there and place a 5 right there. So now let's take another look at this bottom band because we have the 5 now looking into this box. So 5 has to be in one of these 2 cells. And 5 is going to have to be in one of these 3 cells in this box. All right, so I'm going to also look really at this entire stack. We have 2 columns down to 3, and this one down to 4. So let's look at these two first. This column needs a 2, 4, and 2, 4, and 8. And unfortunately, we can't restrict that any further, but we can at least pencil that. We know these are all from 2, 4, 8. And here we have the 6, 7. So we need a 3, 4, and 8. 3, 4, and 8. Yep. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can restrict that any further within that column either. We don't have any 3, 4s, or 8s looking across. So this is from 2, 3, 4, 8. Just looking at this box, we have a 4, 8 right here. So this is just 2, 3. And we need a 1, 2, 3, 7 for these cells here. 1, 2, 3, 7. So this can be 1, 3, 7. This is 1, 2, 3, but not 7. And that could be any one of them. So that's all marked up. All right, so let's go back here. Let's go all the way to the top here and just do some scanning. So we have the 9s. 6 can be restricted to these 3 cells in this box. Oh, we can place a 9 right here. Look at that. 9 and 9 looking into this box, and this 9 looks across. So this is a 9 right here. It's going to put 9 in one of these 2 cells. I do want to take a quick look at this row because it's down to 3. We need 2, 3, and 8. All right, so this is just 3, 8. I'm going to mark that whole row, 2, 3, 8. So notice that we have the makings of a triple either here or here. So if we look up here later on, we might find a triple. Hopefully, maybe. So let's go back up here. We got the 6s. What about 5? No. Oh, well, these 2 6s here. So these 2 6s look down to this box. So 6 is going to have to be in one of these 2 cells. It can't go here because this is a 2, 8 pair. Okay. All right, I don't see a lot else going on this way, but let's look at the 7s looking down here. So 7 is in one of these 2 cells. Again, it can't go here because of the 2, 8 pair. What about 1? 1 is restricted to these 2 cells because remember 1 is restricted here to these 2 cells. So 1 can't be in these cells. What about 4? So 4 is in one of these 2 cells. We took care of that. All right. All right, I'm trying to think, where do I look here? I guess let's think about this cell. Actually, let's just think about this box. We have 1's marked, 2 is in this pair, 3 is in the box, 4 is marked, 5 is marked, 6 is marked, 7 is marked, 8 is in this pair, and 9 is marked. So this is a single. This entire box is marked up. So let's just double check that. Again, this has to be a 9. This can't be a 1, right? Because of these pointing ones, it can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has to be a 9. Okay. Now that points here and makes this a 9, and that makes this a 9. And that takes care of all the 9s. All right, so let's look at the rest of this column now. We still need a 1, 2, 5, 8. This cell here is from 1, 8. So this is a 2, 8. 1, 2, 5, 8. So this can't be a 1 or a 5. This can only be a 2. And if you notice, we have 2, 3, 8 now in this box. So what's the other digit we still need? We need a 5 in this box. And the only place for 5 is right here. So the easier way to see that would be to just look at these 5s. 5 and 5, look across. This has to be a 5. So this is no longer possibly a 5. 5 is restricted to these two cells. And let's just mark that. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 8 is what we have here. Let's just mark that. That can only be 3, 4, 8. This is 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 2 has to be in one of these two cells. So we got 2 and 2. We got 3, 1, 5, 2, 8. So 2 8s here. 5 is marked. Maybe we'll take a look at, I guess we'll take a look at these two cells. What can this be? 1, 2, could be 3, 4, can't be 5, could be 6, can't be 7, could be 8. 3, 4, 6, 8, and this is 6, can't be 7, 8, or 9. So this is 2, 3, 4, 6. I don't think that's where we're supposed to look here. What about this? This can't be 1, 2, could be 3, can't be 4, 5, could be 6, or 7. So this is 3, 6, or 7. Uh, 5. Okay, 5 over here is restricted to these two cells. One, 5. Don't see anything going on down here. It's going to have to be something up here, I think. No. 2 is restricted right here, right in this box. 2 can't be right here because if you look at this row needs a 2. It's not over here. 2 sees this cell, so 2 has to be in one of these two cells. So this has to be an 8. Okay, and that makes this an 8 because we have a 2, 3 pair that points here. So this must be an 8. That eliminates 8 from those two cells, eliminates 8 from these cells. Now we have a 2, 3, 4 here, and again another way to look at that is just to see that 8 has to go right here. So now we have a 2, 4 pair here. Let's eliminate 8 from the rest of this column over here. Now this is going to be a 1. That makes this not a 1. That makes this a 5, that makes this a 2. So before I go over here to follow up on that, I'm going to just follow up down here. This has to be a 7. This has to be 4. This has to be 6. This has to be 1. Okay, this is not 6. So what do we have here? 1, 3, 7. Okay, 1, 3, 7. That's marked up. 7 points here, so this is a 6, this is 7. And what is this now? This is 4, 5, and 6. So it looks like 6 can go anywhere. All right, so I'm going to come back up here. The 2, 4 is resolved. Okay. This is now 3, this is now 4, 3 is gone here. Okay, so 3, we have a 3-8 pair and a 1-2-7 triple. And so this cell has to be 7 now. So now we have a 1-2 pair. This has to be 2, this has to be 1. Can pencil 1s now. I think this puzzle is pretty much done, it looks like. Just filling in numbers. Up here we need 3, 4, and 8. All right, let's just pencil that. That's 3, 8. Oop, 3, 8. 3, 4, 8, and this is just 3, 4. All right, let's find something better than that. This row here is down to 3, 5, 7, 8. So this is 3, 8 right here. It can't be 5, 7. So that gives us a 3, 8 pair within this box. So this has to be 4, 5, it looks like. 4, 5. So this is 4, this is 5. Okay, where's 4 going in this box? One of these two cells. What about 5? 5's in one of these two cells. We need 1, 3, 6, 8 here. 3, 5, 6, 8. All right. All right, this is just 1, 3, 6. This is 3, 6, 8. This is 1, 3, 6. There's probably something here. Let's see, 2, 3, 8. Oh, right here, right here. This 4. Okay, that 4. And also that 2, so this is a 3, 6 pair, right? So this has to be 4, this has to be 2. Okay, so the 4 has to be in one of these two cells, so it's going to go here now. Okay, that gives us 3, 8 right there. So that gives us 1, 3, 6, 8 in these 4 cells, so this can't be 3. So what do we need? We have a 3, 8 pair here, so this is going to be a 5, 7, it looks like. Yeah, so 7's going to go here, 5's going to go here. It's not a 5. 5 must go right there. Okay. So the 7 points down here and makes this a 3. So this is 1, this is 7. Let's see, this is not 1. So we got a 3, 6 pair here, so the only place for 4 is right here. Makes that a 6. That's 3, that's 6. That's 3, that's 8, that's 3. Just jumping around, 3 and 2, 8 and 2. This is going to be 8. This is going to be 6. This is going to be 1. And this is going to be 8 and 3. All right. Nice puzzle today. You know, pretty down the middle, I would say. It wasn't completely simple, but also just challenging enough to kind of make me think a little bit. You know, the 2 pointing to this cell right here, if I had just noticed that in this 2, 3, 8 box, you know, I think that would have made the puzzle go a little bit smoother for me. I mean, overall it wasn't too bad anyway, but I should have just seen that 2 was restricted not in this box, because 2 could have still gone over here, but within this row, 2 had to go here, and so I could have placed that 8 earlier. So but yeah, also seeing that this 9, 2, 8, I think focusing on that at the beginning of the puzzle was good, because it led to a lot of stuff right at the beginning. Let me know how you did in the comments, and I'll see you next time.